Hey everyone, good evening. It's 7:53 p.m. on December 14th, 2010. Happy birthday to my mom. Won't tell you how old she is. She wouldn't appreciate that. But either way, I wish I could be with her, but I will be with her on Thursday afternoon. Be on the East Coast at like 5 p.m. So that will be awesome. Just preparing for that, getting all ready to fly home to Florida. Going to be there for 13 days, which is a long time to be without Megan, but some time apart will be good. I need to just kind of do some processing and need this trip to go much better than the last one, so keep your fingers crossed. I made these brownies earlier. That's what I'm munching on. Here's a picture of them before they went in. So delicious. Oh yeah, happy Topless Tuesday. This new thing. If you're on Tumblr, follow me, Charlie Warhol. Also, there's a cool new Tumblr. It's called Fuck Yeah FTMs, and then there's one All Transmitter Hotties. So you should check it out. But they started this kind of like thing, kind of like Follow Friday on Twitter. It's Topless Tuesday. So happy Topless Tuesday. Hell yeah. So, anyways, I just have a little something I want to talk about. Recently, I've gotten quite a few comments by trolls, haters, whatever, that are like, "Whoa, this dude was a chick. That's fucked up. Who would want to be with like a roid bitch? Like with a mutilated penis and got their tits chopped off?" And I'm thinking, well, a lot of people actually desire trans men, and I have a female heterosexual partner that is cisgendered. She has no problem with my body. I get a lot of comments like, "Oh, you're not real. You'll never be a real man. You're fake." Related penis thing, all kinds of things, or you'll always really be a female. And I noticed another guy on my Facebook actually had gotten some similar comments, very similar to what I said, but his was also kind of threatening. They're like, "Oh, let's bring out the gun and kill all the homos." And my most popular video is my San Francisco Pride pictures video, and I get comments all the time by these straight men that are threatened, I guess, by us queers, by gay people, whatever. They're always like, "Oh, now I know where to bring my gun or my baseball bat." I'm like, why? Like, if those stupid people actually showed up to San Francisco Pride with a baseball bat, the fucking queens would beat the shit out of them anyway, so whatever. But anyways, it's just stupid that they're that threatened by us, like they feel they have to say these things. I took a class in college, a literary seminar called like Identity and Power, and we studied all different kinds of identities, racial identities, whatever. And one of the identities we studied was that of a transsexual, and no one knew I was trans in the class, but the text that we were reading said transsexuals are always passing, either way, whether you're in a like say the person's F to M, like I'm passing now as a male because I was born female, but as a female I was just passing too because I'm not genuinely female either. I felt ingenuine at times being trans or fake or like I'm wearing this mask and like, but deep down more than anything I feel male. Transition is the most brutally honest thing I've ever done, just the most raw experience I've ever had. I don't have those thoughts of that, oh, deep down I'm always will be a female. I feel like there's some things I will have to wrestle with my whole life, such as not being able to biologically reproduce or have the penis that I would have been born with had I been born male. I don't feel fake, and I was wondering what people think about that. When you get called fake or ingenuine or you'll never be a real man. I'm sure a lot of people have heard that, and it just gets annoying to deal with, but I'm past the point where it hurts. Those hater comments are just stupid. But when I was earlier on in transition, I did feel more like, oh, this is a mask, especially in the first year of T. I remember 3 months, 6 months, as I'm passing more progressively. It did feel like a mask, but now this is just how I've been for 5 years, so it just feels natural, and I almost can't remember before T or life as my female self. It just doesn't make sense to me, especially in relation to my girlfriend living with a woman that actually identifies as female, identifies with her female body, doesn't have discomfort with it the way I did. Like anyone has body image issues, but not that pervasive gender type discomfort. So I'm just wondering how you feel on the fake thing, depending where you're at in transition. Early on, did you feel or do you feel kind of like you're fake, or I don't know, what have you had people say that you're not a real man or real woman, if you're MDF and you'll never be this or that? People get so tripped up on chromosomes. They're like, "Oh, well, your chromosomes will always be female." Yes, and so will my bone structure and what else? But what is that versus having a happy life. Like, fine. I can let the fact that, when I die, my bones are all dried up and whatever, like, people could see that I had a female bone structure and would say this person was female. Fine, but should that stop me from living my everyday life? I get really fucked up about the sexual dysphoria stuff and sex with my girlfriend, and I avoid it. But should I avoid it or just have sex and have a great time and, be in my 20s and live? Or worry about that my bones will be identified as female years after my death. Like, I don't know. Well, didn't mean to go off track there. I always get off on tangents. That's what I do. I'm just going to spend the night getting ready for Florida. Maybe a trans guy meetup could happen, maybe around Jacksonville. I don't know if I can really drive many places. If anywhere, I can maybe make it to Orlando. But yeah, if you're around the northern central Florida area, give me a shout. I'll be there in Florida from the 16th through the 29th. All right, you guys take care, and thanks for listening. Peace, everyone.